Alright guys, we are back at it. It is me, it is Ginger Fusion, Robert Reedsy, for Pro Play Games, Team Foe, and of course our other sponsor, Genuine Collectibles. Shout out to all you guys, you rock. If you're not following me on Whatnot, you should be. It's a blast. Alright, that's it for all the extremely awesome stuff. Alright, we're going to talk about a few decks. We've been testing and it's been going terrible. So we want to win a regional. We want to get top 4. We want to get top 32 at the minimum. I ain't showing up at a regional and doing bad. So we've tested all these cool decks. They've all failed miserably. So now we go back to what works. So this is my strategy for big events. And the reason why we do this is it's not fun to be creative and lose. That's just really it. So we try to be creative and we make it work. I ran out of time, so we give up. And we go back to what works, but we be original in it. So we're going to start off with everyone's favorite. It is Soul Striker. Now I do apologize. Like I said, guys, it's, we gotta play what works. So there's a few cards that are going to be obvious. We're going to throw in here, and then we're going to talk about them. God Seal, of course, is just ridiculous. The reason why we're playing Soul Striker is he's just too good. Soul Striker has an ability, if you guys have been not listening to any of my other channels, that makes him way too good. Basically, the biggest thing that makes him so good is his diversity of untap. So he can untap only mono blue. Now that is relevant because that means we gotta charge blue. It makes it just super consistent and super good. Now what we're gonna try to do is see if we can get a few cards to let us be a little bit more aggressive. So what we're going to do is we start looking at some blue cards because I want to run blue. I want to run blue-red for sure. These are the two colors that I want to run, but I want to have a little bit of tricolor. So it's currently organized by power level. So this is the most important card that we need. Son Goku Calamity is just an insane card. I think it's up to like $10, and I wonder how high it's going to go. It's from an expensive set. I believe it's Cross Spirits is BT14, I want to say. And that's already like $1,000 a case. It's very good. Currently, we're not running Android Turning the Tide, even though it's an auto win con. I'm probably going to not run it. Just because this deck, if we do go tricolor, we want to go a little bit more aggressive. We're running Senzu Bean. It's kind of self-explanatory. Senzu Bean is just one of the best cards in the game. We're running Dimension Magic instead of the other card. The reason why is Dimension Magic is far better in this deck because we can use 3 energy as an arrival target, and the arrival target is the biggest deal about this deck. We'll go over those cards too. All right, we're going to run, not this card, sorry, Baby Hatch. Baby Hatch is just, woo! You guys hear me talk about it all the time. It just wins games. Now in best of 1, that's all you need to do is to win games, is just have something that's just too good. We're running Mecha Frieza. The reason why we're running Mecha Frieza is it's a solid card. It's a 20k for 2. That's just fine. It has removal built in, also good. But really it's just the fact that it's a check land, and we just need some red blues. This will be the first card I cut if I decide to. The other one we could do is Combination Attack. Combination Attack is a built-in removal. So we're going to consider this one, and then the other card we're going to consider is, of course, this. So I'm just going to pull them all up, and we'll see what our numbers are, and then that will tell us. If you guys don't know what those cards are, I'm going to go over them. Some cards I want to run, we just don't have the room for. Now, we do need to be mono blue. So this is the important part, is that we're not going to have a good option to do a lot of different tricks. But we got this bad boy. This guy says when one of your multicolor cards leave play, you can play him. So he's another card we got to consider. We got a lot of cute stuff that we can do with this deck, and cute stuff is what I like to run. Now this is our big boy though. We're going to run possibly 4 of him. He's just ridiculous. I'm going to read this card because this is our win con. He is cooler. He's a rival for 3. He doesn't have deflect. The fact he doesn't have deflect means he's bad versus blue. So we got to have better strategies versus blue, and we will. We're going to be a better player against other blue decks. That's primarily your best strategy. But for 3 energy, he can give 1 battle card negative 25k, and he mills a card. He does the exact same thing on the other side when he attacks. So you can do 2 in 1 turn if it's your turn. This is the best arrival, however, because this guy is going to clear our board if our opponent has tricks. So this is currently what we're looking at. I could run Combo Attack Cooler. It's definitely worth probably a 2 of. maybe a 3 of. But as you can see, like my deck is already at 61 cards. So I don't have room to do all of this, which means we're probably going to cut the yellow, like the Kefla strategy I was talking about. I don't know if I even put the cards in, but we're not going to be able to run Kefla. Like I can just see it right now. We just have too many goodies in here. But that's okay. So we just won't have access to Kefla. And that's not the end of the world. It just means that that would be a better strategy if we went tricolor. So we're just looking for a red-blue list that is good. This is going to be our super combo. We're not going to split. We're just going to run 4 Divine Beeruses. That does hurt us a little bit. That's okay. And then we're also going to run 2 or 3 copies of Borgos Main. That's more of our blue source. And then this is the other card we want from the new set. Have you guys seen this card? If not, we're going to talk about it. This is a 2 of in your deck. Every single blue deck needs to run 2 of it. If you haven't, it's amazing. So first things first, it's only 3 blue during your opponent's turn. 3 blue is not very hard for this deck to have. Generally speaking, you untap 2 anyway, so you could blow 3 during your turn. What makes this card so good, though, is it's a counter play. Then you get to play the card. It's a 20k, it has triple strike, and it has deflect. Then, if this card's in rest mode, your opponent can't attack. Your opponent's battle cards can't attack leader cards. So you basically get like a little bit of free time. It's almost like a baby hatch mini. I think I can only fit 1 in. I thought it was a 5k. I'm not going to lie. So that's an embarrassment here. Because I was pretty sure it was a 5k, and now I find out it's not a 5k. So now it's not as good as I thought. So that's a little bit sad. And then we're going to see if there's anything else we need. I think we're pretty much done. I'll be honest. I'm going to double check this list, but it looks like we have 90% of what I want to run. And then now we got to make some cuts. We're going to take a quick look through to see if there's anything that's crazy. Like I said, we're already running Hercule and Boo. We do have new cards we have to look at. This is a free negate if we have 4 or more colors in your energy. We're not going to have that ever. We're just going to look up some red-blue cards now. So we're going to get rid of the blue. I think we're good on blue. We're just going to look for red-blue. See if we see anything that's really powerful. All right. So we have the coolers. We have the mecha. I could see an argument here for running like 1-drop Frieza just to have like a cool pump effect, but we're not going to go that crazy. Topo would be another card we could run here. If we had these, we would run Divine Presences. I don't expect to have any though. Used to be a time you could buy kits, but nobody has kits anymore because they're super expensive, and I'm not going to spend $10,000 on a deck. Or in the case of like probably $50 to $60 per one. Excuse me. All right. I think that's it. Okay, so we have basically our deck. Let's go ahead and be done here. I'm trying to see what I click. We'll click exit. All right, so it just says too many cards. Cool. All right, this is what we wanted to see. So we have our unison, and then we have our backup unison. Now you can see here it counted it twice, so we can cut 2 cards, so that's good. And then I might have done that again, so that's what we're going to look for to see if at any times I have done multiples. So we're going to first look for that, because that would be fantastic. Doesn't look like it. So we're going to go down to 2 of this card. So we got to cut a lot of cards here. This is going to be tough. Draw Ape is higher value than this one. So probably 3-3 split as of right now. This is just a very good card. The question is, do we run Iskai's and Borgos instead of Bardock's? Effectively, they're the exact same card. The difference is you have to pay 1 to have this effect, whereas this you could combo with it and later on have it. So what we're going to do is drop this one down, maybe to 1. We're going to see. I really like this card. We just have too many cards right now, so we gotta change it up. Now we can clearly run Cooler. Cooler's a great card. And then, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a defensive player, and I can't imagine this is going to be relevant, so I'm going to cut this. This card right here is Combination Attack. It's one of the best cards in the game, but it doesn't get rid of Barrier, so I think Barrier is pretty relevant right now. It's going to be really good if I play against Black. Like, against Black, this card would be MVP. But I'd rather just neg their cards. So what do we got right now? What are we down to? Where's that count? 58 cards. So we could technically run this. I'm going to throw this one up to 2 because I really do like this card. I'm trying to see what's not going to be as good. You guys can see here is I have 0 red cards, which is a problem. So I can't combo a 5K that's red except for super combo. So we got to fix that. I think this cooler is a 3 of and not a 4. So what I'm going to do here is try to think of a red card that we can add to it. And then we'll go over all the cards as well. And this is the whole process. That's the whole purpose of these little videos. Hopefully you guys do like it. It's to show you how I think about decks when I'm creating it and how that process is. Some of you guys requested this on our Patreon, so here you're getting hopefully what you want. We want stuff that's going to be a 5K combo. So that's what we're looking for. I don't know if we can search by that, but we only want card power, card type. We only want battle cards. I know that much. And then doesn't look like I can go it off of its combo power. So that's fine. We'll run it like this. Just battle cards. I don't need to see any unisons. But we're looking for something I can play that would be good in my deck. We can't play this one. I wish we could play this one. Can't play that one. It's going to be a lot of what we can't play, sadly. So I don't even know what we can play, but hopefully... Oh, there's Topo. I mean, we just... There you go. There's the answer. That's 100% the answer. There's no way I can find something better than Topo. So now Topo gives us a floodgate that our opponent's afraid of because now we can discard apes. So we have exactly 60 cards. 60 cards is not a number I like. I think where I'm at right now, I want to cut this mecha. I'm running Borgos. I want to cut this to 2. Just looking here. So this is my primary Awaken. We're going to go here. This 4-drop is amazing. 3-drop. It's his Gogeta Unison. This is the primary Unison I always use. But I want to throw in a trick. So we're forgetting the trick. You guys have probably seen this trick. We're just going to run a 1-of for it, but it's a fun trick. We throw in a Gogeta. We just want it to be a battle card. I think it's Gogeta. It might be Gotenks. It's a 3 cost. It's blue. And we only want to look up battle cards. And, that was a 3-drop. That's sad. Oh, that's just looking up Gogeta. So let's just see. What is it? What is it? Is it Gohanks? Who is it? This is a cool little trick I'm trying to find. Here it is. It's Gotenks Reaper of Justice. It's not amazing, but it's cute. So that will just be if we don't have a battle card in play, we can summon it. And then if our opponent goes all in, we can just win. It is best of 1. So in best of 1, we do want to be a little cheeky. Now, we don't have any Overwhelm currently. Now, the reason why we don't have Overwhelm is we have to decide. We basically can have 2 strategies. And the question is whether or not we go for the 7-drop. And I don't like it. So we're going to get rid of the 7-drop. We're going to cut a Dimension Magic. And then we're going to look for something else we can cut. We don't need this many arrivals. If you guys look, we have a crud ton of them. Maybe just 1 Steadfast is good. And then we want 3 of this. We want 4 of this. I'm probably just going to go down to 3 of this one and 2. Now, the reason why we're going lower here is we're a mono blue deck. So if we're a mono blue deck, we can cast multiple Hercules, but it's going to be harder to cast multiple of this unless I already have the energy available, which seems unlikely. So if you guys see here, we forgot a card. A very important card for best of 1. In best of 1, you're going to see a lot of floodgates, and you're going to see a lot of strategies that are kind of boring. So we want to win because we have all the tools. So we got to grab him. He is expensive, but he's a baby. And he's a 5-drop. He is the Golden Avenger. We have to run 2 of this card. And then the reason why is if you guys have never played with this card, it counters a counter. So on turn 5, we can guarantee that kill when we're ready to go in with like a triple striker. And then what makes him even more exciting is he draws a card and he also bottom decks a card, ignoring barrier. So relevant in this format. And I think this is the deck. I'll be honest. So I think we're done. Let's just count. So these are the kind of the process I'm going to go through as a player. I want to see how many 10Ks I have to see if I have to drop any. So currently, 10Ks are anything that if I'm tapped out, I can't use. So we count unisons as 10Ks. And that's also why we always charge unisons. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, We have a lot. We probably have a little too many 10Ks. So if we have 56 cards. We can afford to cut one card, and I'm looking at it. I don't know what I'd cut. We do have Bean, which is effectively now an untap. We have this, which is an untap. And Gogeta is something people have to clear. These are 5Ks. I think we'll be okay. I'll be honest, this is probably the card I would cut, but I really want to play it. It's very playable. It's very pretty. There's an SPR. I think this is it. So this is our deck. We're going to go ahead and import it, hopefully. Let's see, where's toggle deck statistics? Let's see if it tells me anything. Okay, so we have 5 yellow cards only. We've got 34 blue, 14 red, blue, and then 3 red cards. The energy cost is primarily 1 drops, 2 drops, and 3 drops, with most of it actually being a rival. So if you look at the energy cost spectrum on this deck, it's actually pretty good. So this costs 1, this costs 4. We'll just go over the 1 cost first. So 1, these are all 1 costs, another 1 cost, another 1 cost. And so we have a lot of ways to just keep recirculating our energy. That's the important part about running Soul Striker. Soul Striker needs to have a built-in strategy where you can keep generating card advantage with your energy. So Apes normally does that, and that's why we run Kefla. This build, though, is a little bit more consistent, and if we play against decks that do draw a lot, we'll just mill them out, because this is 2 mil, and this is 1 mil, and then this is 2 mil. Each turn, and this also untaps an energy. This card is just snapped broken. I wish I could run more, but I'm a little bit afraid about my numbers here, and since I haven't had a chance to test it, this is what I'm thinking we go with. So I'm trying to see now how to import. So I've saved it. So let's see, save deck again, and then let's click save and view. I'm guessing that's what I have to do to switch it up to something different, because then I can import it into Untap, and then we'll make some videos of it. All right, it's leaving this. Okay, cool. All right, so here's the deck. It's a $528 deck, and it's putting it in Untap right now. Cool. All right, saved Untap. All right, guys, next video we'll be testing this baby out. We'll see how good it is. I'm trying to think if there's anything I didn't tell you guys about. This Steadfast is just a cute trick, because when I bounce a card or my opponent kills one of my battle cards, I can summon him. He's a 25k blocker. What makes him really good is if during my turn I have him in play and I arrival in a Hercule, I can pop him into my hand, and then his ability will trigger, because he doesn't have to be in my hand already. He will trigger once he comes to my hand, because a red-blue has left play, and I can replay him. That's like the coolest trick. Now, like I said, we have the Borgos is just to beat the other decks. And then East Guys, because I don't know how much, there's always people running stuff where you arrival on your turn. It's always a mechanic. So against Android 16, against Piccolo, against other Soul Striker decks who want to negate a lot of this is amazing. And then everyone's running the other negate. I don't like the other negate. I tried it. It's just not my play style. But those ones where it's 2 energy and you can take a life and you get a blocker, they're not for me. I'd rather just battle. All right, guys, see you in a little bit.